Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. I'm High Lord Tamerlane, and I don't know what the hell I have in front of me because I can't say that. It's just incomprehensible. A Gorysche, Gorysche. I don't know. Anyway. This is the big hydra-like thingy for the other side for the Cult of the Burning Man. This is their big Titan model, who I believe also can hang out with the Horomatangi here, who is also a Titan model, and I managed to get this for a very, very inexpensive price, which was kind of sad for the game, but good for me. And I've been quite curious to see just how big a model it is. So you can see it's a big, massive box. And just to give you a good indication, here is our intrepid witch hunter friend here, who barely fits on the screen with it. And it's a big, tangly mess. So why don't we open it up and find out what's inside? So this is what greeted me when I opened it up. A head that I don't know if that's supposed to be unattached. And our big coily pile of parts. Cards. And a base in a Ziploc bag. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's see if I can open the Ziploc bag. I might be able to. There we go. Progress. And there is our Gorysche. Incomprehensible name. Oh, okay. So it looks like, I don't know if this is intentionally not attached, but it is probably easy enough to put on there. In fact, it might be better if it's off, just because that way I can actually paint it better. And yeah, I will attempt to paint this. Maybe that head goes there. He is just a bundle of joy. Maybe that's where the tail goes, is in the back. I honestly have no idea. I managed to get this for under $30, which for the prices this game is going for, I thought was an absolute steal. I had no regrets whatsoever about picking him up for that price. So you can see here with the Horomatangi, they're about the same size. Well, obviously they're made to fit on the same base, and they're from the same faction. If you're going to play the other side, I have our Abyssinia Juggernaut here. Pretty comparable. It spins in circles. Sadly, I don't have a Gibbering Horde's Titan, because otherwise I would compare it to it. But I do have my Mirce Ugander, or whatever he's called here, or at least part of him. I was curious how big my other Hydra would be in relation to him. Obviously, he's not 100% put together, and he doesn't have all his heads on, but just to give you a good sense of scale here. So if you're in the need for a big Hydra, I mean, yeah, he's kind of a tangly mess, and he might be a challenge to paint. And I have no idea how he's going to play. I want to say he's a bit of a glass cannon, if I remember reading correctly. But you can see here, he's a little bit smaller than Ugander. But this is a big, expensive resin model that is going to require still a lot of work on my part to get up and running, because I just haven't bothered yet. Whereas this basically needs the two parts glued in, and it's good to go. And the detail's pretty decent. I've not had any complaints whatsoever with the actual other side models. They've always been nice. And the details are pretty readily apparent once you start painting. It does not have any eyes, I noticed. My son was quick to point out as well. So nice texture on the underbelly, so they didn't just cheap out and make it all flat and boring on the bottom. It's a nice looking model. I mean, it's obviously a pretty big one, especially if we get our humans in comparison. So I think if you're in the market for a big Hydra, do keep a lookout for this guy and his incomprehensible name of Gorysche, or whatever it is. Just look for the Cult of Burning Man Titan. And, I mean, it is going to be a fun one to try to mess with. I'm not even sure how I'm going to paint it. I'm thinking it's going to have a red top and a kind of yellowish, brownish underbelly. That might work. And hopefully we'll get in a game of the other side one of these days. But just for those of you who are curious how big this model actually is, hopefully that helps, because finding decent pictures and relative size comparisons of this stuff online is not the easiest. And I mean, if you need a big honking monstrous unit, Hydra for Kings of War would probably work pretty well there too. With that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying, hope this helps. And if you need any other videos of things, let me know in the comments below, because chances are I probably already own it anyway. I'll see you all later, hopefully back here soon. Bye-bye.